Hello everyone and welcome back to the Third Age. Things have gotten somewhat complicated in the West because, as we correctly predicted, Oswin has marched towards Entwade to reinforce. Now this puts our good friend G in there, Dondeath the Mad. Fucking this guy has so many goddamn names. Dondeath the Mad, Dondeath the Tyrant, Dondeath the Honest, Dondeath the Honorable at some point, I'm sure. He's like fucking Jack and Hagar. He's got so many faces. A man has a name. Anyway, it's slightly complicated for Dondeath because he's surrounded on all fucking sides by Rohirrim. And I would like to nullify this advantage by doing a bit of a bridge defense, because what's going to happen is next turn they're going to fucking dogpile him, and they're going to come at him every which way, and he's just not going to be able to handle himself in a correct manner. And this wouldn't be such a problem. As I said, we can retreat back to the bridge, save for Captain Diorhelm, who is here now, and this might be an issue. If we were to camp right here and provoke Oswin into a bridge battle, Diorhelm would bring up the rear, and then we'd be sandwiched. I'm sure we could manage it. We have enough forces to defend the bridge, as well as, you know, turn away this rear attack action, but I'd rather not risk it. So what we'll do is we will take our trolls and our ballistas, we'll put them at the bridge, because as I've discovered, or I've rediscovered, you can't auto-resolve with trolls and ballistas because they'll just take huge amounts of casualties. I lost like 6 trolls out of Dondeath's army, 6 trolls out of Adu's army, before I remembered. If you're doing a campaign with trolls, you must remember that they will get annihilated in auto-resolve battles. So what we'll do is we will attack Captain Eowyn here, and then we will advance on Captain Diorhelm. We'll have enough movement if we auto-resolve this battle. He's got 1,000 men. Do we want to fight this manually? Fuck it, I don't think so. Our balance of power is pretty good, 5-2, so we're going to auto-resolve. Here we go. Okay, we lost 175 orcs, which is not a big deal, and we annihilated the large part of that army. 700 men have been lost, and we'll just execute these guys because we don't give a shit. Dondeath will then rejoin Captain Lunshag, and boom, we are once again whole. Rohan hates us. Not a big deal. We'll grab Gazlan here and send him back westward because we want him to keep an eye on the roads between Thornberg and Entwade. And funny story about Thornberg, you can see here that Captain Helm is a full stack, a giant fucking army on its way to capture, or at least threaten the capture of the Hornburg. In addition, Oswin marched out towards Entwade, and then in fact inside Entwade itself, or sorry, Thornberg itself, there is a full stack. So there potentially at some point there was 3 stacks kicking around this fucking fortress, and that's kind of ridiculous. Now they're coming out of the woodworks. We're gonna have to deal with them, but we have now set up a forward guard, I guess, along this bridge with Dondeath. We just have to worry now that Oswin is going to travel southward and capture Aldborg or whatever, but we've got Hormrath to defend. It's going to be a pretty pitiful defense if it needs to take place, but Dondeath as well can reinforce in that case. Before we do anything else, though, we should really take a look at this stuff. Death stalks the land in Tirthorn. Golfenbull is full of plague, etc., etc. End of turn report. We're making quite a bit of cash, and we actually have some saved up. We're now making 3,000 gold per turn, so it's about time we start cranking out some more units. And I found, to deal with Rohan, we can't beat them in quality, because if we get a bunch of heavily armored units, they're just going to get cut down by the huge amounts of axemen they have. Rittermark axemen, Yorling axemen, or whatever. I'm sure, yeah, Yorling axemen. They just have huge amounts of different AP units, so it's probably best to fight them on a quantity basis rather than quality, which is somewhat different to the elves, because the elves don't fatigue, so you can throw as much quantity at them as you wish, and they'll just cut through it. You really do need to go toe-to-toe with them on quantity, I found anyway. Shock usually helps more than anything. Anyway, we've got a unit of halberds in Minas Tirith that we will redistribute at some point, but it's not anytime soon. Actually, halberds and maulers are pretty good because usually the Rohirrim are pretty heavily armored themselves. Save for these guys, I guess. I think they're swordsmen. I've got 6 armor. That's not too great, actually. 5 armor. Well, some of their better units have a lot of armor, and we'd rather chop through that armor than anything else. Okay, so what I was going to do next is deal with Wulfburg. I do want to besiege this city, but I need to do some stuff first. What I need to do is I'll move my trolls, etc., into out in the middle of the field because I'm going to auto-resolve some battles. I don't want them to be involved, so I'll move a Jew here into contact with these guys. Captain Jorhelm. We'll do a night battle to swing the ratio our way, 5-1. Unfortunately, Leod has a few units here, and he apparently is a night fighter, so he is able to reinforce. Either way, actually, he's pretty well decorated as well. He's got like some Isengard's shit, so he's been kicking around for quite a while. He is 60 years old as well, and utterly stoic, and he also spits venom. Okay, so don't get spit on by Leod. Whatever you do, do not allow Leod to spit on you because he will spit bars like nobody's business. Okay, we'll auto-resolve this. Once again, we only lost 100 men, and we killed and captured nearly 600, so that's not too bad. Execute, and now what we have left is a bunch of units. I was hoping to actually kill Leod in the field. Too bad. We'll get our trolls to rejoin the force, and we will besiege Wulfburg. We'll build a few rams, and actually we'll build like the biggest amount of siege equipment we can because we're going to maintain the siege for maybe not 7 turns, but we really want to starve these guys out because they've got a couple hundred men in here, possibly a couple thousand. A lot of their units are extremely weak. It seems like only these 4 or 5 units are really up to strength, as well as this unit of Royal Guard. But if we besiege them for a few turns and really starve them out, we might be able to even get the gate open, if possible. But starving them out is the name of the game, and Leod is not gonna let that happen. He'll attempt to kill us at night via some sort of assassination method. He's gonna spit hot venom onto a Jew. Okay, so we've got some reinforcements heading towards Aalborg, which might be needed if Oswin turns southward. We've got some halberds. And let's just train a shit ton of units in Minas Tirith. Let's see. Like I said, we've got roughly 3,000 gold coming in. So we can play with that. I think the main question at this very particular moment, though, is should we focus on Ren's army? Or should we build reinforcements for the north? Because ideally, I only want to put down another 1,000 gold per turn. So that's about 5 units. So we can build 5 more units to serve as reinforcements in the north, or 5 more units for Ren's army, which would actually fill out his army. You know what? Oh shit, we could build some Olagai. Oh, it's so tempting. They're so pretty with their spikes and big old shoulder pads. They're like Dana Scully in the X-Files, and she too was very pretty. Okay, you guys ever watch that, the X-Files? Like the extremely old episodes? Like it's not even in widescreen, it's still in like 4:3 resolution or whatever. It's great. Anyway, I digress. I want to build these Olakai for Ren because, like I said, with the elves, shock is the most important factor, actually, and that's mostly true for all of our armies, but especially true with the elves because it's the only thing that we actually have over the elves is like shock infantry in the form of trolls and like maulers or something, because they outclass us in infantry, cavalry, and missile units. So you know what? If Ren's gonna be going toe to toe with some elves, I think he's gonna need some Olakai. I think we are still building the barracks in the Black Gate, so we can afford to throw down some coin on a group of Olakai. So that's 650 down. We have a bit more cash to blow. Let's see. He's got 4 raiders, 4 orc band. You know what? He might need some some heavy infantry. Maybe a unit of Urukai. 280. Shit, let's see. Excellent. Effective against armor. Okay, well, you know what? We'll do some halberds. And maybe... I of course, want to leave a couple units to garrison the Black Gate. So 2 units of Orc Band, perhaps. We have quite a bit of Morning Guard. Actually, no, we could leave probably a unit of Morning Guard in the Black Gate. I don't think they get free upkeep, though, so that's just the problem. Okay, you know what? Actually, we'll leave a unit of Orc Band and Raiders in the Black Gate, just to garrison. And we've got 1,000 gold pieces left over to play with, and what shall we do with it? Let's recruit some units in Minas Tirith for our good friends in the north. Let's do some Raiders. Okay. Good enough. And we can retrain these guys, but we're not gonna. I don't know why I bothered. We do have some stuff going on. Pelargir and Arnak. Nope, we don't. I don't know why I brought that up either. Gordish, you have a title, my friend. Gordish the Mean. He, too, is very mean. He actually sent a letter to Ufzag about his, like, pizza face, and, in fact, it inflamed him to an excessive degree. What we need to do now is scout south of Tirith Anduin, because there was a Sylvan stack that is now hidden in the trees. Here we go. I discovered them first thing. Captain Rissian here. It's only about a half stack. Not a big deal, but I do want to keep an eye on them. We can already tell that Tirith Anduin is basically empty, so we don't have to worry about that. The last thing we want to do is move our spies towards Rovanos. So Gorshag is going to keep an eye on on the roads between Rovanos and Tirith Thorin, because there is the potential, of course, that Tirith Thorin will be attacked by the Dalish forces, the Dalian forces or whatever. Now, these 2 agents are absolutely useless, but we're going to send them north anyway. Can we bribe these guys? Nope, not even going to bother. Fuck it. Ugrat, just go throw yourself off a goddamn cliff, drown yourself in the Sea of Ruin, do something, do anything. I don't need you. Along with Malbag, maybe you guys can both just go suck a fuck till you die, because you're just draining me of coin every turn. How old are you anyway? 38. Ah, he's going to be alive till the end of the campaign. It's rough. Donovan as well, at this rate, is going to be alive till the end of the campaign, because for some reason the Easterlings are having the hardest time capturing it. And look at this. We've got, like, the poor man's version of Michael Fassbender. Weird. Anyway, what I really want to do as a last thing in this episode is I want to take Dwarvois, the Tyrant. We're going to circumnavigate around Thornberg, circumvent it, and we will attack Captain Lanathian in the field here. And he has 1,500 elves at his command. He is, of course, a captain in a weak unit of Sylvan Horse Archers. We have trolls and spiders. It might be good enough. See, look at this. We lost some trolls, I think, via an auto-resolve against some Dalian forces. Not actually an actual battle, I don't think. I can't remember. Possibly in the Battle of Tirith Thorin, but I doubt it. Okay. We've got a lot of elves to fight, a lot of elves to kill. We've got huge amounts of light infantry, forest wardens, and sentinels, and a few woodland warriors as well that we need to keep an eye on. We can do a night attack, but we're not going to bother because it's not really worth it. And you know what? I'm fairly confident this is going to go well, but I always say that right before shit goes south. So you know what? We may as well just jump in, because there's nothing I can say that's going to, you know, make this battle go any better. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the battle map. Okay, we've got ourselves a very hilly battle here, and we're going to have to rush for this little hill here, because I know the elves are going to go for it. So we'll deploy our spear lines right in the fucking middle. I've got a core of halberds surrounded by orc bands, and then some Morning Guard in the back to, I guess, reinforce. We want our flanking forces all the way over here as well. And you know what? These guys are going to have a shitty time getting into a flanking position, because the elves are going to be advancing this way. Maybe we can come around like this. See, the trouble is, I don't want them fighting uphill, but that's pretty much their route to the flanking maneuvers. So, I don't know. It's going to be rough. See, now the elves are sprinting forward. We'll leave Dwarf Wall where he is, I guess. My ballistas are going to be pretty useless as well. We may as well move them up the mountain with our scouts. See, I really want to get into position before these guys, you know, start opening fire or whatever, but the sentinels are getting into position already. So maybe I'll skirmish a bit with Dwarf Wall, try to prevent that from happening. Oh shit, we've got some Sylvan horse archers on the flank. Far out on the flank, but maybe we can get into position before anything happens. Look at this. Our spiders are in position as well. Shit. Okay, let's send our spiders like way the hell over here. Get our trolls likewise way the hell over here. We haven't received any arrow fire yet, so that's good. Although, as soon as I say that, Dwarf Wall's getting pelted with arrows because I completely forgot that I'd put him out. I essentially hung him out to dry in the middle of the field like some kind of asshole. So what we need to do is carefully position our flanking forces, possibly draw out their archer units, that is, their horse archers, before I, you know, deal the killing blow. So, let's move our ballistas here potentially to attack those horse archers. Oh, shit. Are my spiders gonna... Okay, we can leave our spiders in a flexible position. We've got our trolls in position as well. Looks like we've got some light infantry en route to attack some of our units. If we could just crush these guys with our trolls, etc., that would be nice. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, so they're actually all moving this direction. But we want our spiders to really draw them out, I guess. Okay, we're going to move some of our infantry up to engage these guys. We want our spiders to try to avoid some of this archer fire, but we're actually receiving archer fire from the front, so we'll send Dwarf Wall up, and then we will, in fact, move our spears as well. We can possibly split the elves here if we play our cards right. We've got some orc raiders standing by, some maulers as well, some orc raiders. Okay, we'll send our spiders to intercept those horse archers. We'll move our trolls up into position. We've got Dwarf Wall ready to chase off some of these horse archers, and he's going to pursue, but I think he's going to be taking a lot of casualties due to archer fire. But now we have split up the Sylvans a little bit. We just have to deal with them bit by bit, and we need to do a huge amount of micro here. Let's see. They're in disarray. Dwarf Wall has engaged, and he is actually outmanned, I would say, on this flank. Although we have got some of their units in disarray as well. We've got... oh shit, what do we got here? Okay, we've got some woodland warriors advancing on our trolls. Let's see if we can encircle some of these dudes. Something like that. And then our trolls can possibly stand by to deal the killing blow. What have our spiders got into? Our spiders are tearing down those Sylvan horse archers. Dwarf Wall has been charged in the rear by some of these horse archers. We're going to advance with our spears, like so. Okay, we've engaged these forest wardens, and we need to flank with our maulers, like so. Get our trolls in here as well. It's not going so hot. I don't think we traded up very well here. Our raiders have been flanked as well. Oh shit, this is, yeah, not going very well, but our spiders have torn down a lot of those units. Oh shit, yeah, this is going south real quick. We need to get Dwarf Wall out so he doesn't die. We need to engage with our spears as well. So we'll send our main line in. Here we go. Something like that. We've got some orc band to intercept. Morning guard as well. We need to... Ah, shit. This is a true tough one. Okay, we killed the captain. And now I need to pause and reassign my spiders. We've lost quite a few of them, actually, and they're being attacked by some Sylvan spearmen. My trolls have charged into the rears of these woodland warriors, and I'm hoping they'll rout soon. Dwarf Wall is taking some casualties from these fucking horse archers who are relentless. Okay, well, we killed the enemy general, which is a start. And now we just need to... okay, well, it looks like we got some action going on. We're doing the best we can, and we need to reinforce our spiders so that they don't get killed. Same with our trolls. They too will get killed pretty soon here if we don't do something. Yes, we're not matched at all. Well, this battle is not going too good, but we could save it if we take care of our shock units. Speaking of, Dwarvois is going to get into position here. We've got some Morning Guard that need to do something like that, I think. Here comes Dwarvois. He is going to... He's needed over here desperately. Our halberds are dealing with them. Our spiders are going to charge into these Sylvans. Spearmen, that is. Our trolls, not doing so hot. If we could get them disengaged, actually, that would be great. Disengaged and something like that. Okay, so we've got Dwarvois heading up the middle. Our spiders have charged into the rear there. Let's send these spiders to deal with the horse archers. What do you say? If we could get them... Man, we're losing a shit ton of spiders from this battle. It's not going great. If we could break the middle, that would be ideal, because then we could readdress some of these warriors in the middle. Oh shit, looks like Sylvans have charged into the mass of spears I have in the middle. Not too bad. We could tear down these missiles, though. That would be great. Okay, where's Dwarvois? He is in the middle like so, doing a Nazgul Screech. We've got some spears free in the middle, who are able to attack these Forest Wardens who are being attacked, yet again, by my trolls as well. We've lost one, though. These guys are doing absolutely fucking nothing, which is great for us. And this army of mine is getting absolutely shit-kicked by these elves. It's not going so hot for us. But it could be worse. Could be better as well. That's the thing. Okay, let's grab our spiders here and take out those fucking horse archers, because they are a pain in my goddamn ass. Okay, we've got some Forest Wardens routing. We'll chase them down with Dwarvois. We've got some of these guys ready to engage as well, so we'll do that. Let's take these Orc Band around the flank, though, and sick them on these missile units. Chase them away. We've got our scouts firing, apparently. Let's stop that immediately. We've thrown away an entire unit of spiders in this battle, taking out some horse archers, which is not great. We'll have to get another unit soon. We are slowly tearing through some of these units in the left here. And, oh, my fucking... What are my ballistas doing? Stop it! Okay, we've got a unit of Forest Warden standing by, and our halberds are going to break these spearmen, I hope. Dwarvois is going to chase down those guys on the flank there. Okay, all of our units on this flank are ready to rock. We're going to tear into those woodland warriors. We've got a unit of orc raiders just being dominated by them. Our spiders have likewise tore through the remaining... Oh man. The remaining horse archers, and now we just have to break this last unit of Forest Wardens, which my spiders will help us do, and we've got it. We just need Dwarvois to clean up. Now my trolls are going to run down those woodland warriors. My orc band are going to continuously put pressure on those guys. Man, I really do not know how to deal with elves. They're my weakness this entire campaign. It's ridiculous. Although we did get a victory in this battle, I feel like it's really just a moral victory, because we've lost a huge amount of units, huge amounts of men. I guess it's like a Pyrrhic victory, in a way. We just need to wait for some reinforcements, I guess, from Ran and Lagov before we make any further moves north. I think what I'm planning at this point is to capture those two cities from Rohan, and then we will put pressure on the north from, like, Tirith Anduin. That would be great. Okay, my trolls are taking care of these woodland warriors, and I really want to get them off the field because they are a pain in my ass most often, more often than not, so I'll send my spiders actually to deal with them. And then Dwarvois. Oh shit, these spearmen have reformed. Who and why? Oh man. Dwarvois, please entertain me and take care of these sentinels of the woodland realm. Okay, who is currently being charged? It is my spiders. Okay, my spiders will take care of the sentinels. Actually, no, my trolls will take care of those sentinels. Those sentinels, and the spiders will take care of those guys. There we go. Looks like our spears have intercepted the missile units there, and they're slowly poking them to death. Poking them with their little toothpicks, little orcish toothpicks. Now, Dwarvois is on the scene to take care of those missile units. My Morning Guard are going to engage those Sylvans. who are currently engaging a single Uruk halberdier, who's doing not too bad, actually. He is not doing too fucking bad. Looks like these guys took one side of Dwarf Wands and oh shit, it's the Scourge of the North, and they fucking left. They fucking fled. No, god damn it. These Woodland Warriors have reformed just in time to, okay, never mind, to take a few swings at my spiders, who have just begun to tear them a new one, and these archers somehow took out one of my trolls. You would not think that their missile units were strong enough to take out my trolls, but then again, they're elves, and they're just so goddamn overpowered. OP, please Tolkien, nerf your elves, for the love of God. Okay, Dwarf Wall is going to set off a nice charge on these assholes, because they're wavering, and once they break, of course, we can stab them in their butts with our black swords, the blades of Morgoth, or whatever it is. What is it they stab with Frodo with? I believe it is like a blade of Morgoth. That's what they say. Can you imagine getting stabbed in the butt with one of those? Because that's what I'm proposing right now. Once these guys break, we're going to stab them relentlessly. Oh shit, we lost another troll. See, my trolls are at this point where they've got no HP left, so they're just falling like flies to the first thing that touch. At the slightest provocation, they're just falling over. It's pretty sad, actually. So I will not engage any further with them. So, you know, you'd have, like, a big bandaged butt, and you'd be on your deathbed all turning into a wraith or whatever from, like I said, a wound to the butt. It's poetry in motion, anyway. Then, you know, you'd show up at Rivendell, and Sam would be like, Frodo! He'd be pleased because your butt has healed so well, and you did not, in fact, turn to a wraith from your wound inflicted to your buttocks. I don't know, it's a lot funnier to me, perhaps. Anyway, I think we've won the battle. Except for these Sylvan Spearmen. Oh my fucking god, these guys refuse to break. See, this is another problem. The elves have just such ridiculous morale, they reform like every goddamn time. 60% of the time, they reform every time. Ugh, but my spiders are gonna charge in and break them. There we go. And I think that's about it. And there we go, we've won the battle outside Thornberg. We lost 1,000 orcs to kill or capture 1,300 elves. Not really a good trade-off. We have healed quite a few casualties, though, so that, I mean, that's, well, I say that, but really it's only these 3 units that heal any respectable amount of casualties. Everyone else just kind of shits the bed in that regard, but that's okay. Looks like our spiders did pretty good. Unfortunately, they too are in a shabby condition. But that's something we'll deal with later. Okay, this is the Battle of Wilderland. 3021 Third Age. So we've got 3,500 gold worth of prisoners, and it's pretty tempting to ransom them. But as I've been saying, it's pretty much a war of attrition right now. Our economy's in good shape. We don't need the gold, so we'll just execute these guys. Boom. And there goes that entire elven stack. The only problem now is Dwarf the Mighty. Now, all of a sudden, he doesn't have much of a force. Barely enough to besiege Thornberg, but I think it's just enough. Look at this. Dwarf is now a legendary commander. Gee golly, he's got a spring in his step. So we've got to reinforce Thornberg and hold it before Captain Adanian comes to reinforce his elven brethren. We can't even besiege this turn. What we'll do, though, is we will grab Ren the Unclean, and we're going to have to send his army fucking north quite honestly right now. So we'll grab Legoth to serve as lieutenant to Ren. I mean, yes, in technicality, the hierarchy means that Ren he's really the lieutenant of Lagoth, but in all honesty, Lagoth is just as useless as any other orc commander. So we'll grab all of our orc bands, all of our Morning Guard, our Maulers, our Uruks, and then our Raiders, and boom, we now have some kind of army. We can't actually leave due to whichever 2 units it is that's preventing us from leaving. It is apparently that guy. So we'll grab everyone else, Except for that fucking guy, these two guys, and then we will march north. There we go. And they will arrive just in time to reinforce, I think, and then we will, of course, have reinforcements for those reinforcements via Barad-dûr, the Black Gate, etc., so on and so forth. We should be pretty good for cash. I think this is pretty much it for this turn, though. We've dealt with the Rohirrim. We've dealt with the elves as best we can. Tir Thorn, of course, is in an abysmal state. We haven't even built a shrine yet, have we? No, we haven't. So we'll build a shrine in Tir Thorn just so we can begin to convert it. Any second now, we'll begin converting the culture in Tir Thorn, and then it can become a secondary recruitment center, retraining, etc., whatever the fuck. I think that's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you for watching. This battle outside of Thornberg was really rough, as they most usually are against the elves, so please forgive me for my lack. Actually, that one was pretty bad for me. My micro wasn't there. I did some bad pairings, and the casualties show it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next episode. What are you doing with that? What? Oh, we've stumbled into a den, haven't we? Of a dragon? Oh!